the sanctity of the grave and to protect Amir al-Mu'mineen, because this is not an ordinary person. You know, Amir al-Mu'mineen, Imam Ali has a status higher than some of the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To protect his grave, to protect his body, to protect the sanctity of where he's buried, it was, you know, remained a secret. And back then, how many Shia did Amir al-Mu'mineen really have? Just a handful of people. There weren't that many who were, you know, followers of the Ahlulbayt and that could stand and protect Bani Hashim at that time.
I think Imam Ali also mentioned that if I had a certain number of companions, 40. I would have not revolted, but I would have taken what was really mine. But he didn't have that kind of support.
No.
And as such, you know, he had to follow in the words of the Holy Prophet when the Prophet told him that you have to be patient during these times, no matter how difficult it may be, no matter whatever you see, you have to stay patient for the sake of Islam. And what did Imam Ali go through? He had to go through seeing his wife attacked, miscarry. They had to drag him in ropes, and he even told that one of the so-called companions. He even grabbed him and he said to him, "Listen, if it was not for the wasiyah, the promise, almost the will, but the promise that I gave to the Holy Prophet, if it wasn't for that, I would have turned this whole city upside down because of what you did to my wife." But alongside that, his rights was taken away from him, and all of that led to, I guess, his tenure being ridden with civil wars. People just trying to attack him all the time. People just couldn't take the fact that he was who he was.
I mean, you can't take. You know, I say this mainly when in the Muharram and Arba'in time. Our whole religion circles around the love of Amir al-Mu'mineen. If you have that love of Amir al-Mu'mineen in your heart, then you are saved. Now some others will say, well, what about the Prophet? Why are you excluding the Prophet? Why are you pushing the Prophet away? Loving Amir al-Mu'mineen is the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, if you want to know if someone is on the path of Allah, if you want to see someone is a mu'min, mention the name of Ali and watch his face. If he smiles and he gets happy, he's one of us. And if he doesn't, that man is destined for hell. And it is because of the hatred of Amir al-Mu'mineen is why they killed Abu Abdullah al-Hussein.
Sahih, absolutely. They even said, you know, Imam Hussein asked them and told them, no, why are you doing this? And they said, this is not because of you, but it's because of hatred for you. بُغْضًا لِأَبِيكَ. Literally, word for word, not because of you, because of the hatred that we have for your father. On that note, dear brothers and sisters, you can send your salams to the commander of the faithful, a man who was unjustly treated, a man who was, his rights were taken away from him, a man who had to go through so. Actually, on that note, Sayyid Muhsin, you know, there's a narration of him going out into the desert,
punching the ground,
and not just punching the ground, but he had so much grief, so much anguish, so much that he kept inside, that he said, you know what, I can't let it loose on anyone, let me let it loose onto the ground. And he put his fists into the ground and he let everything, all of that energy, he put that into the ground. And it just shows how much that the Imam had to endure during his life, be it, I mean, where do you start? From Hamza, his uncle, all the way to Khadija, Abu Talib, the Prophet, Fatima Zahra. He had to go through so much.
Even before that, I mean, Bani Hashim were a very, very well-known family. They were the providers of water for the pilgrims, from the water of Zamzam and so forth. And there was hatred for them back then. They've always been hated. I mean, I was lucky enough to speak with Dr. Zuhair. I know you know Dr. Zuhair Olubek very well. His research says that there's evidence to show that the father of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I believe his name was Abdullah, was murdered. We always say that, oh, he died. They murdered his father. There's evidence for that, because he had the nur on his forehead. He had prophethood with him. They were chasing him before. They were after Bani Hashim for a very long time before. So there's evidence for that.
On that note, once again, dear brothers and sisters, we're going to give you a quick reminder as to, if your hearts have softened, if you feel like you want to donate and you want to contribute, these are the different campaigns that we have in terms of being able to contribute to. So, Imam Hussein, do you want to take us through, for example, the iftar pack first and
foremost? The iftar pack, I'll explain the iftar pack is, we give a pack of food which could feed a family for up to 10 days. And in the pack, you'll get rice, flour, lentils, eggs, dates, dried lemons, tea, milk, spices, and so forth. And it's enough to provide suhoor and fatur for 4 days. 10 days for a family of 4.
Yeah.
I just want to explain to the viewers that we are coming towards the end of Ramadan. We have already kind of like purchased and given them out. So the donations that you give are actually going back to the debt that we have with the wholesalers. So we've already purchased X amount, we've delivered them, we're still delivering them, but obviously there's a backlog that we have to pay off. So your donations go to pay that off. These baskets have been distributed and will continue to be distributed over the next week or so.
What's the numbers that we've reached so far? 100,000?
So, yeah, alhamdulillah.
100,000. We're trying to aim for more. Even though there's about a week left for Ramadan, we're still aiming for more.
I'm sure, because I know we gave to Afghanistan as well. I think this year even Ghana, West Africa, received some.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Ghana, West Africa received some iftar packs as well. So, inshallah, brothers and sisters, if you can find it in your heart to, just for this final period where these impoverished families find it difficult to, provide for their families and so forth, you guys can donate £30. We'll give a family of 4 an iftar pack for up to 10 days. We are also sponsoring an orphan.
Yep.
£50 will provide an orphan with clothes, food, school equipment and the essentials for them to go get an education and inshallah make something of themselves.
Yeah.
All they ask for is £50 a month.
Yeah.
They don't have to go out and work and pay for bills or rent or so forth. They can clearly focus on having a good childhood and education in order to provide for their own families and to society as well. And finally, the campaign, the Water Well campaign in my home country of Pakistan, where we're providing clean fresh water for villages so that they can, first of all, sanitize, keep themselves clean, they can drink fresh, clean water, stop themselves getting ill, and that they can go about their day-to-day lives, whether it's working or education or so forth. I know it is quite a substantial amount, £1,400. However, 14 of you can donate £100 each. If there's 28 of you, that's £50 each, or 140 of you, that's £10 each. You guys do it together. And the best thing about the water well is once you've made one, it will go on and on and on and on forever. Sadaqah Jariyah in the name of your home and so forth.
There's something that you can mention. For those who are part of community centers or mosques or masjid, if one of you makes a petition and says to the mosque leaders, look, we want to bring in, how much, £10 you say? It's 140?
140 people, £10 each.
140 of you. I mean, in any mosque, the smallest mosque will get 100 people, 140 people. But most of the mosques, you get 400 or 500 people that come to the mosque regularly. You can easily get 140 people, and that water well can be donated in the name of that mosque. So that mosque can continuously receive the benefit and the Sadaqah Jariyah. On that note, we do have a very small report from Sayyid Muhsin himself regarding the plight of the orphans in Iraq. We're going to go to that, and then straight after that, we're going to come back to us.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm in Karbala in a place called Al-Amal, which is like the hope. In the far distance you can see the Karbala football stadium, but not far from there is this landfill site. And believe it or not, there's some settlements here as well, where some poor families, unfortunately, this is the only space they could find in order to set up a home. And what they do is, believe it or not, is they go into this landfill site and they pick out items that they can recycle, wood, plastic, and so forth. If you see behind it, there's a tent. On the other side of the tent is where they organize wood, cardboard, plastic, and so forth. And for a lot of these children here, a lot of these orphans, and a lot of these children who come from impoverished families, they have to go into this landfill site and they have to help pull out plastic, wood, and other materials in order to recycle. Now, these kids should be focusing on education. These kids should be playing, enjoying their childhood, but they're forced into work because their family are so poor and impoverished. Furthermore, these kids want to play, and if they play, where do they play? They play here. This is their playground. At landfill site, you can see over there, there's water, contaminated water. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a dead body there as well. There's a cat or a dog or something. This is where the children get to play. This is where the children, go to work. and there's broken glass. Look at some of these children, they don't even have shoes. Look. And it's not their fault. At the IHC, we have many projects to help children like this, whether you're sponsoring an orphan, whether you're helping a child get education, whether you're giving a food basket to feed, but that's still not enough. We're doing what we can here at the IHC, but we can't do it without your help.
Hi, my name is...
Once again, that was a very, very heartfelt report by Sayyid Hassan. Sayyid Hassan, take us through that report. What did you see? What did you feel? What did you experience?
Over there, where do I start? There was 4 huts.
Yeah.
Each hut had the widow, and the widow had 10, 15 children each.
Wow.
Now, I'm not sure if all of the children are from the same mother or so forth, or their relatives or this or that, but there was so many, there was 50 kids there, and there was 4 or 5 widows there, and the way that they were living was so, I can't explain it. It was very, very difficult. They had bricks that they made the 4 walls out of, and then the roof was just any material they could find, any plastics, wood that they could find to make a roof. I couldn't even tell you if they had electricity or not in that area. And the women would collect material, wood, cardboard, plastic, gather it up and then try and sell it to like these recycling companies. Yeah. That's how they make their money. Yeah. And then with that, they would try and buy food and so forth. And the children would help as well. It's really, really difficult for them to even send their children to school because they can't afford to send them to school and things like that.
And this is all next to the big stadium, state-of-the-art stadium.
Yeah, that was the Karbala football team stadium. Yeah. You can see it in the background there. And that land actually belongs to the government or the stadium, I'm not sure. But they thought we were from the authorities. So they came and they were like, you're trying to move us out of this area. You're trying to, you know, we're squatting and you're trying to get rid of us. And we're like, no, we're here from a charity. We're trying to help you people. And it got really serious. My boss said we have to leave because, you know, in Iraq it can get quite heated and it can get quite serious and dangerous at times. So as soon as it got a bit heated, it was like, let's go, let's get out of here. These guys think we're with the authorities and so forth. So it's arguably an illegal settlement.
So
what can you do?
What's this?
This is another area. I can't remember the name of it, but I do remember.
Again, just the makeshift bricks.
Exactly. This is how they do it. You've got big blocks here, and then you've got little bricks there. Look at the roof. It's just twigs and plastic sheets and so forth. That's a water tank there.
Wow.
And things. And luckily, this place has got electricity. But the thing is, how safe is this area? You know, if it's wind or rain, that will fall onto the roof. If there's metal on the roof, then you know it's very hazardous.
And that's why, dear brothers and sisters, we're asking you to contribute and to change these people's lives. There's only so much that we can do when it comes to donating and contributing and helping them on the ground. But we do need the finances. We do need the money. Let's be honest, let's be straight. We do need the money to be able to help them further. And that's why we're asking you, dear viewers, dear lovers of Imam Ali alayhi salam, to come in and call in and be able to contribute as much as you can by looking at the dome of Imam I think it's Abbas alayhi salam, Al-Fadl Abbas. No, that's Imam Ali.
Imam Ali, there's the clock tower. Yeah.
There is the clock tower, by the love of Amir al-Mu'mineen. And since we have some footage on Amir al-Mu'mineen, I thought I'd share a few lines of poetry when it says, I came to Najaf in searching of the prince. I came to Najaf in searching of the prince. For too long tortured me has Ali's absence. In one of the phone calls that we had, I don't know if you remember, Kumail from New York. He called in the day after, by the way, when I was with Abu Talib. Yesterday he called in, and 2 days ago when we were together, he called in. And it seems like his heart was heavy. One thing that he said that resonated, and I don't know if you remember it, but he says, look, I can't get to Imam Ali alayhi salam, and I ask him to come to me. Right? So the poet Nuri Tada says, I came to Najaf in searching of the prince. For too long tortured me has Ali's absence. I came to the land of zeal and honor, the kingdom where Ali's the king and leader, where each man says in pride, my prince is Haydar, and all are in awe of Ali's brilliance. I returned missing the scent of Najaf's dust, air that quenches the lover of Ali's thirst, the thirst to see Ali. Into tears I burst. How long I've longed for my beloved's presence. I came greeted as if I was family. As the tears in my eyes cry out, finally, a stranger welcomed by the sons of Ali. Najaf perfumed me with Ali's fragrance. I came bringing the tears within which I drowned. I've walked in a desert and water I found. I was a servant, now a king I've been crowned. Lost, but with the Prince Ali I found guidance. Broken, I stood alone. Broken, I stood alone at the lion's door. The Prince of believers my eye would adore. And in love, or in the love of Ali, my tears would pour. I'd speak to my beloved in words of silence. I'd speak to my beloved in words of silence. You're in my heart, but from my eyes you're absent. You're in my heart, but from my eyes you're absent. My eyes dream of seeing your grave and lament. When in Najaf I cherish every moment. When in Najaf I cherish every moment. For when I leave Ali tortures me patience. For when I leave Ali tortures me patience. Many thanks to the poet Nouri Sardar. We're going to take a very, very small break. After that, inshallah, we will return with the Salam Ya Ali campaign.
هي صعبة. المشكلة الدنيا يعني حتى أخو مالك سندني والقرآن الكريم من زاد الزيادة على والدتي على المصرف للمدرسة موجهة. وهسه أخذ أبو النزار وأشهد زين. وناس كلها ما ترحم، كلها تجي تحكي عليك بس ما تعرف ظروفك اللي عايش بيها أنت شنو. تذكر يعني هواي مرت علي ظروف صعبة، هواي اللي وقعنا مرات ثانية. أنا وجهها صار له والله 7 أيام بالإنفلونزا وقعنا. يعني استونا والله العظيم. هسه اشهدك للمضمد ببلاش جاي يدزلنا العلاج ماله. والله هم بعد ما عندي سند بالحياه غيرهم. وانا هم قعدت من ذاك اليوم لليوم. اتوفى ابوهم عمره 20 سنه وقعدت وحطمت نفسي عليهم واهلي عافوني وعيالي والله ما يجون وكلهم خو عيالي. يعني شو اقول لك كلهم رواتب وخير من الله بس ما يتواصلون.
ما أطلب شيء من أنت بس ترجع عنا.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Heartbreaking story with this family here where the father unfortunately lost his life at work where he was electrocuted. As you know, we've seen in Iraq sometimes the health and safety isn't as good as it should be, and unfortunately due to negligence or due to not having the proper protocols in place, this family has lost their father who was bringing in, you know, a considerable amount of money, giving them a very, very decent lifestyle. You can see that the girls here are still in their school uniform. They're eager to study, they're eager to have an ambitious life and to make something of themselves as long as boy here as well, with ambition and full of motivation to become something. But because no one is there to earn money, this family struggles week in and week out of trying to make ends meet. Brothers and sisters, I urge you and I plead to you to help by donating whatever you can, and your money will be spent in order for them to be able to go to school, be able to go and eat, be able to pay for electricity and gas and so forth. These are their main worries. Where children like this, their main worry should be whether, you know, what correct, or, you know, what TV show they want to watch tonight, or, you know, which toys to play with. Going to eat tomorrow, or not? How are we going to even go? Are we going to be able to go to school next week, or so forth? Brothers and sisters, you can make a change. You can make the difference. Be that difference and be that change.
Your contribution can help us break the cycle of poverty and create a brighter future for generations to come.
Welcome back, dear viewers of Imam Hussein Charity. Just to give you a reminder, if you've just joined us, this is the Salam Ya Ali campaign with myself, Ali Fadl, and Sayyid Muhsin beside me. We are taking you through the last episode and the last half an hour of this blessed campaign, Salam Ya Ali. Although in the last 5 nights we haven't actively kind of told you guys we need the donations, in this last half an hour we are going to tell you, guys, we've showed you already some of the footage that has been created by Imam Hussein Charity. We've showed you some of the campaigns, and now we are asking you in the name of Imam Ali alayhi salam to donate and to contribute as much as you can. Of course, the contributions have been coming in, so be a part of that change. Don't let this day pass you. Don't let these days pass you. Of course, we know from the narrations that Laylatul Qadr is the night of the 23rd, but it could be any one of these nights from the last 10 nights. Yeah. It could be. Like, I know, of course, the strongest narrations is it 19th, the 21st and the 23rd. Yeah. However, you know, we've got narrations that mention maybe 27th or 28th. But again, it doesn't matter. The last 10 nights or the last 7 nights that we have of Ramadan is flown by so quickly. But in the last nights of Ramadan, don't leave it where you think, oh, do you know what? I should have done more in Ramadan. This is the time to make that change, brothers and sisters. This is the time for you to contribute as much as you can. In terms of what to contribute to, we've made it very simple. We've given you 3 different options, 3 campaigns that you can donate to that we have felt quite uniquely is the support that these people need in Iraq and neighboring countries as well. So you want to take us through some of the campaigns?
100%.
Iftar pack, for example.
The Iftar pack, which you can see on the screens now, and you can see behind me, where we provide, you know, rice, fruit, vegetables, spices, tea, dates, dried lemons, so much for like that family of 4 can eat for 10 days. And we have a target, I think is 100,000, or we've distributed 100,000. But every year we distribute, we have a set number that we're going to distribute, and your donations go back to paying off the wholesalers. So everyone that we took the products from, they give us on credit basically. Yeah. And then, you know, with your donations we pay off the credit. So you don't have to worry that, oh, you know, is it too late or so forth. No, it's never too late, because we've already given, even the ones that we couldn't afford, we've given on credit. Yeah. You guys are helping us pay back the debt that was created by giving these iftar packs. We also have sponsoring an orphan, £50 to sponsor an orphan to allow them to study, to you know, clothe themselves, medicine, school equipment and so forth. And you will allow them to get educated and inshallah make something of themselves so that they can contribute towards their family and also to contribute towards society. Yeah. And finally, £1,400 for a water well in Pakistan, where we provide villages with fresh, clean water, allowing them to drink clean, fresh water, stay healthy, be able to sanitize, and furthermore be able to live longer, so that they can also, you know, provide and look after their own villages.
Yeah. Yeah. And all of this is very, very simple for you to tap into, to contribute. We have a Sadaqah app that you can download on your app store, which makes it very, very, very easy for you to donate. Or you can go directly to the website, imamhusseincharity.com, go to donations or campaigns, choose the campaign that resonates with you, and then you can make that donation. It is very, very simple, but the donations have been coming in, mashallah, but we want you to be part of that change. We want you to be part of that change, inshallah. So we ask you once again that these donations, by the way, there is an automated campaign that we have that you can, I think it's the last if I'm not mistaken, the last day that you can do it. You can make a donation, I think it's £50, which will then allow you to have a ziyarah recited in your name. The ziyarah of Imam Ali alayhi salam, and also the ziyarah of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. But aside from that, we have on Imam Hussein TV, there's a show called 7 Steps to Heaven. Yeah. It's a competition, it's a quiz show, but the winners get put into a raffle for a chance to win a ziyarah to Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Now what we've done is that we've partnered with them to say, listen, if you make a donation, I think there's a minimum donation of £30. If you make that donation, then your name gets put into the raffle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, your name gets put into the raffle. This is massively important.
Hold on. Yeah. £30, I've given sadaqah.
Yes.
So I get the thawab for the sadaqah.
Yes.
My money's gone towards helping those in need.
Yes.
And on top of that, I have a chance to have ziyarah for free.
Yes.
It's a no-brainer.
It literally is a no-brainer. So you can, for £30, potentially, could get you a ticket to Imam Hussein to Ziyarat. So that's an absolutely fantastic initiative. Again, we've partnered with 7 Steps to Heaven of Imam Hussein TV, and they have graciously allowed us to say any donation, minimum £30, that person can put their name in the raffle. The details are on the website. You just search for 7 Steps to Heaven on the website. It's very simple. It's a donation link as well. And that will take you to that. You make that donation, your name gets put into the raffle. When they take the names out and who decide who the winner is, that will be inshallah after Eid. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it is the Ziyarat of Arba'een.
Wow.
For this year. If I'm either Arba'een this year or December next year. However, or December this year. However, the opportunity is there for you, brothers and sisters, to win a Ziyarah of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. All you need to do is contribute as little as £30. Just a one-off donation can qualify you potentially to win a Ziyarah to Imam Hussein. And not only Imam Hussein, but you have Imam Ali alayhi salam, Samarra, Kadhmiya, all of the Imams of Iraq. Inshallah, you'll be able to visit with a particular Ziyarah group. Inshallah. And that is, once again, another one of the campaigns. Now, moving on, this is the Salam Ya Ali campaign. On a night like this, brothers and sisters, Sayyidah Zainab is alone. Imam al-Hassan is alone. Imam al-Hussein is alone. We know from the narrations that Imam Ali alayhi salam, when he was by the grave of Fatima Zahra alayhi salam, when he was by the grave of Fatima Zahra alayhi salam, reciting Quran, supplications, doing everything that he can for Fatima Zahra alayhi salam, just to be next to her, because he loved his wife, he loved her so much that he wanted to be around her as much as possible. And it really did hurt him. It pained him what they did to him, what they did to her. In any case, he was there, and in one of those moments he must have gone to sleep. And in his dream, Fatima Zahra alayhi salam comes to him and says to him, "Oh Ali, my dear husband, I know that you're here for me, but Zainab is alone and she is crying in the house. Go to Sayyidah Zainab." Likewise, when Imam Ali passes away, Sayyidah Zainab is alone. Of course, she does have Imam al-Hassan and does have Imam al-Hussein, but for how long? Another couple of years later, she loses Imam Hassan alayhi salam, her dear brother. And then years after that, we know exactly what happened to Sayyidah Zainab, when finally there was no one beside her. Not Imam al-Hussein, not Imam al-Hassan, not Imam Ali, not the Holy Prophet, not Fatima Zahra, not Khadija, not Hamza, not any of the men in her life remained other than Imam al-Sajjad alayhi salam. But he was too ill to look after Sayyidah Zainab. She lost every single person. Now this show is not, of course, about Sayyidah Zainab. However, Imam Ali alayhi salam is the father of Sayyidah Zainab. And we know that Sayyidah Zainab, on the day of Ashura, looked towards Najaf plenty of times, crying out to Imam Ali alayhi salam, saying, "Oh father, look what they have done to your son. Look what they have done to our brother." She also turns towards Medina and she says, "Oh mother, this is what they have done to my brother and your son, Abi Abdullah al-Hussein." And so we urge you once again, dear brothers and sisters, to call in, to send your salams to Imam Ali alayhi salam through the Salam Ya Ali campaign. On that note, we're going to take a very, very small break, and inshallah, we will see you straight after that in the next couple of minutes.
Imam Hussein Charity is giving you the chance to provide food baskets for destitute and impoverished families all over Iraq and Afghanistan. So let's see what your donation gets, Ali. We have oil, tomato paste, we have tahini, lentils, sugar, tea, pasta, tuna cans, salt, dates, rice. She would also be receiving fruit, vegetable and meat, and that comes fresh on the day delivery and only costs £30. Brothers and sisters, you can pay via bank transfer, PayPal, or you can visit www.imamhusseincharity.com.
Your donation can make a world of difference in the life of a hungry child.
Welcome back, dear viewers of Imam Hussein Charity, in what is the last kind of 15-20 minutes of this Salam Ya Ali campaign. And it has been a very, very heartfelt campaign. We've had people calling in from all over the world, telling us about their troubles and their trials and tribulations, and how much they miss Amir al-Mu'mineen, how much they want to be near Imam Ali alayhi salam. And you still have that chance to call in and be able to go directly to Imam Ali alayhi salam and convey his message. We will do, of course, perform a ziyarah on your behalf as well. Now, there's a lot to look forward to after this Salam Ya Ali campaign. What is it that we're looking forward to, inshallah, towards the end of Ramadan?
When it comes to the end of Ramadan, obviously we've had some good times with the birth of Imam Hassan. We've had, commemorated some sorrowful times with Sayyidah Khadija salam alayha and Amir al-Mu'mineen, and Laylatul Qadr, and then there's the light at the end of the tunnel, the ending of Ramadan, and there's where we're looking at the moon to know if we're going to be fasting tomorrow or not. And it's obviously Eid, and we can look forward to that. A big celebration that we have completed another month of Ramadan, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with His barakah and His mercy.
So this time last year we had a campaign.
Yes.
The Eid campaign. So
Indeed.
we provided toys, I believe.
That's correct. Every Ramadan we try and provide gifts for the orphans for Eid. A lot of these orphans don't even get to go out. They never get presents, or never get to even go to like a fast food place. I remember you went with some orphans, didn't you? You treated them out to a fast food place and a little day out and so forth. So you can understand what they go through. And for them, for you guys to donate and to give them an experience where either they'll get a gift or they'll get brand new clothes. Or sometimes when we take them for a day out, they'll go for a day out to a fun fair or a park or something like that. We'll take them to a restaurant as well for them to eat burgers, chips, pizza, fast food, things that they only see on television, and then give them some clothes or some toys to remember the day by. So when they go home, it's a beautiful reminder of what a wonderful time that they had. And you guys can provide that happiness and joy to these orphans by donating. If you go to the website www.imamhusseincharity.com, all the information will be there.
You've seen on a personal note, you've experienced and you've seen the happiness on the face of an orphan or a child who lives in poverty. What is it actually? Oh, look at his laugh.
That's Samad. He's my boy.
Yeah. What does it do to them? What do you think it does to them when they can see that someone cares?
When they get visitors, they get so happy. They just because they don't have visitors. You think about it, their father passed away. The amount of stories I heard that our father passed away and our other family members don't talk to us anymore. We try to reach out to them, but they don't want to help us. They don't want to give us money, or they don't want to give us a spare room or something like that. Totally neglected, So when they have visitors, they get really, really excited. And normally when visitors come, it's like there's a new face, there's someone to talk to. We have a chance to make new friends, and so forth. Because some of these children, they don't get to go to school. This is their little community, and that's all that they have. But for us to go there and ask them how they are, to smile at them. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, smile, because in the smiling can be charity. This is where we see it. Our smiles brighten up their day and make their day. And we're just trying to give these children a childhood that they deserve and a childhood that they can remember, and that, yes, life was difficult for them and hard, and that life took away their, protectors and those that was their guardians, those that were supposed to raise them. However, as a community, we have come to step forward to make sure that they have all of their needs fulfilled. Inshallah.
On that note, we're going to watch a very, very quick report directly from this orphanage that was visited by Imam Hussein Charity, and specifically Sayyid Muhsin and Abu Talib. We'll see you straight after that.
Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum assalam. Shunu ismak? His name is Fadl, and I think Fadl is like 3 years old. He's one of the orphans in the orphanage. شنو تريد هديتك؟ هذه؟ مطمئن؟ يلا بسم الله خلينا نروح نسأل أسئلتك. Hassan is 8 years of age and only mom is here. Hassan, Baba وين؟
بابا؟
نعم. بابا ما هو ميت. شنو سبب وفاة بابا؟
كهرب.
لا إله إلا الله. بالليل تشتاقين لبابا؟ ايش قد تشتاقين لبابا حبيبتي؟ هواي يعني ايش قد؟
بقلب العالم.
شنو يفرحك نبع؟ الهدايا. بعد شنو يفرحك؟ الجمعة. ايش قد فرحتي؟ شوية لا هواية؟ هواية؟ ايش قد هواية؟ راوني بايدك ايش قد؟ الله 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 الله.
هواي فرح.
He is really happy to see you, he says. وإن شاء الله تقدر تشوفنا مرة ثانية؟
إيه.
Her response is that I have nothing else for me to choose from. There's nothing else for me to pick from. So this is the only thing that I can love and appreciate and have. شنو تحبين تصيرين من أنت كبرين؟
كابتن طيار.
إن شاء الله إن شاء الله. شو تصير حق كابتن علي؟
إيه.
كابتن علي. Please donate now at Imam Hussein Charity Foundation. حبيبي عاشت يديك. Thank you.
Those among you who believe and give will have a great reward.
Beautiful, it really, really is. It's very, very sincere to see the smiles on these orphans' faces. The kid that was in kind of like a wheelchair.
Samad.
What was his situation like? What happened to him?
I'm not sure exactly. I think he was born that way. Yeah, his brother was also at the orphanage as well. So I was asking his brother, but yeah, I think he was born that way. He's only like 8-9 years old, Samad. You know, and his father's passed away and so forth. And could you imagine that? Not only has your father passed away, but you're in a wheelchair, and every day you're seeing these kids run around, walk around everywhere. You know, for him, it's really, really difficult sometimes to. It's difficult for him to like accept his condition, and it's like, why are these kids running around and playing and stuff? Why can't I? Or you know, I'm sure he watches them play football and things, and he wishes he could get involved, but he can't. But he is a really, really good kid. You know, I went last year and the year before, and luckily he remembered me, and he was like, "Did you bring my tayara?" And I was like, "Yeah, I bought it for you. Don't worry." And so forth.
On that note, we have actually a report from is it Samad?
Samad, yeah.
Samad. We're going to see that now.
سنة تذكر محسن من العام؟
إيه.
Yes, he does remember you, and he's really excited to see you as well.
Ask him, does he like? Oh, God.
هاي ملحت عليها قلت له وين سيارتي وينها؟
He says he came over to you. He said he came over to you and he said to you, "Where is my car?" So he requested a car from you last year.
Yeah, he did, and I brought him one as well. Ask him, does he prefer last year's present or this year's present?
يا هاللعبة أكثر حبيتها مال هالسنة ولا مال العام؟
مال هسه.
مال هالسنة. He prefers this year's toy. He's really excited to see it. He's happy. He's all over. إيش قد فرحان نشوف محسن اللعبة اليوم؟
هواي فرح.
He is really happy to see you. He says, وإن شاء الله تقدر تشوفنا مرة ثانية.
إيه.
He says he wants to see us again, but how can he see us again? Through donations of IHC, brothers and sisters, we can ensure that orphans like Sened will have the toys that they want in front of them. They will have the medications that they need, and they will also have the shelter provided for them.
Inshallah. Also, he's going to look forward to me coming next year.
Sened, أنت متحمس تشوفه السنة الجاية؟
إيه.
إن شاء الله. He's really excited.
What does he want next year?
السنة الجاية شنو تريد؟
طيارة.
طيارة.
طيارة إن شاء الله.
He's hoping to have an airplane or next time.
Anything that flies.
Plant the seed of kindness. Sponsor an orphan and watch them bloom into a brighter future.
Welcome back, dear viewers of Imam Hussein Charity. You are watching the last 10 minutes of the Salam Ya Ali campaign. In the last couple of days, by the way, yesterday I mentioned, Sayyid Muhsin, you weren't around, but yesterday I mentioned that on Saturday night, there was an unfortunate situation that happened in one of the local mosques here in London. The brother, he's an oldish man, in his probably late 50s. He came in, he wasn't feeling very well. And he lied down just before iftar. So just before the adhan, he was lying down because he wasn't feeling very well. But you know, the volunteers, they said, "Are you okay?" He said, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just a bit tired." The time of iftar came, and when the time of iftar came, he was still very, very tired, lying down. But they brought him a bit of soup, a bit of dates, a bit of water, and he managed to sit upright. He broke his fast. Moments after, he passed away in the center. In the center, literally in the center. He passed away. Now what was... There's a couple of things. I mean, look, he passed away. They tried to resuscitate him. CPR, ambulance came, the whole lot. Nothing could help because look, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It was his time. Now, the scary part of that and the lesson that we can learn is that number one, we never know when it's our time, right? We never know when it's our time. And Malik al-Maut was there that day. That day, there was about 500 or 600 people that attended that majlis. It could have been any one of those 500 or 600 people.
He could have picked.
But it was that man. He left behind a wife and 2 kids who are teenagers. Of course, they have to fend for themselves now, but that is just, there is the welfare to support them. There is the support here that they can rely on. But the people back home who go through similar situations, they don't have the means, they don't have a welfare situation where they can rely on. If their father passes away, that's it for them. They literally do not have anywhere else to go. Malik al-Maut being there that day is a lesson for each and every single one of us. Do not let these moments pass because we never know if there's going to be another Ramadan that comes by again. We won't know if there will be another Muharram where we can serve. We won't know if there's going to be another Laylatul Qadr that we can serve in. And we can ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us and to remove the afflictions away from us. We don't know when it's our time. So we have to make the most of what we have now. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through the Holy Prophet and the Imams, has encouraged us to give back what we love. Because He says in the ayah Qur'aniyya, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, لَن تَنَالُوا الْبِرَّ حَتَّى تُنْفِقُوا مِمَّا تُحِبُّونَ. You will not find righteousness unless you give that which you love. And of course, it is difficult. It is difficult for us to get our means. Work is hard, life is hard, cost of living, all of that is difficult. But we do have the means to give back to those who need it most. We are the vehicle. And by the way, it's not a situation where you feel like, oh, I'm proud of myself for giving. Allah has, if you give, Allah has chosen you to give. If you don't feel like it's within your heart to give, then Allah hasn't blessed you, given you that opportunity for you to be that vehicle where He sends His sustenance to you and you're able to then give that back to someone that needs it more. And that's why, dear brothers and sisters, in these last moments, in these last couple of minutes, please do either call in or donate or contribute as much as you can. The details are on your screen. They're very, very simple. ImamHusseinCharity.com takes you directly to the website. You can choose a donation campaign that resonates with you. Be it an iftar pack, as Sayyid Muhsin so eloquently put, these iftar packs provide sustenance, provides food, provides iftar for those who do not have the means to break their fast for about 10 days. There's ingredients like lentils and
rice and oils and meat, vegetables,
all
spices, tea,
all of the ingredients that you need for them to have a nourishing meal for at least 10 days. By the way, that's at least 10 days. After the 10 days, they don't know. It's back to this drawing board for them. Where they're going to get the donations from, they don't know. If it's not the iftar packs, it's the orphans. And Rasulullah ﷺ has mentioned that if you want to be next to me, and he says, 2 fingers close, if you want to be this close to me on the day of judgment, then give towards the poor. Specifically look after the orphans. Do I need to say more about Imam Ali alayhi salam? One of his titles was the father of the orphans. And the orphans these days, back in history, these days, they are looking left and right with their bowls, not knowing where to go because Amir al-Mu'mineen has passed away. The man that used to sustain them day in, day out, every single night, he was struck whilst in prayer, and it wasn't like there was a warning for these orphans. There was no warning for them. They didn't know what happened to the Imam. And it was such a shock to their system. But again, time and space transcends. We're living now in 2024. We still have orphans. We're all believers in Imam Ali alayhi salam. We all love Imam Ali alayhi salam. We want to follow in his footsteps. This is the time to follow in his footsteps, to pledge a small donation towards feeding, clothing, quenching an orphan, but most importantly is giving them the supplies that they need for them to have an education, for them to get themselves out of poverty. That is the main aim. This temporary stuff of food and drink, he's going to be hungry the next day, which is all great. It's fantastic, but we want to get them out of poverty. The way we can get them out of poverty is to educate them. Once they are educated, they can get into good jobs with an income, they can get their family out of poverty, and the cycle will then continue. If the donations stop, if the donations don't continue, then this vicious cycle of corruption, of poverty will continue for years and years and years ahead, and we're just going to be here every single year saying, please let's give, please let's give, please let's give.
Brothers and sisters, I want you to look at these orphans here. Now, right now they're orphans, but I believe you me, this one has the potential to become a lawyer. That one has the potential to become a doctor. That one a pilot. That one an engineer. This one a news anchor and a journalist. Their minds are so sharp. And these children have the potential. We know through history that the Iraqi education system was one of the best in the world. We understand that during previous governments, Iraq had a 100% literacy rate.
MashaAllah.
And when a country has a 100% literacy rate, by the way, the UK doesn't even have a 100% literacy rate, I don't think. But when you have a 100% literacy rate, that country, that nation, how far forward can it move? At what pace? Everyone will have an opportunity to provide, to earn, and to give back to their family and give back to their country and so forth. But because of war, because of corrupt governments and so forth, this is the situation for so many of our brothers and sisters in Iraq. Brothers and sisters, I urge you, these are the nights to give. We are also giving away a chance for you guys to go for the Ziyarat of Abu Abdullah Hussein, and the producers told me it is per every iftar pack, you will get a chance. So if you donate 3 iftar packs tonight, you can scan the QR code right here. That'll take you straight to the competition. If you donate 3 iftar packs, your name will be entered 3 times into the draw. If you donate 5 packs, 5 times, 10 times, 10 times your name will be into the draw. 100 packs, 100 times your name will be entered into the draw, giving you the opportunity to be with Abu Abdullah Hussein, our master, on the days of Arba'een, inshallah.
Inshallah. On that note, brothers and sisters, it's been an absolute pleasure to be your hosts for the last 5 nights on the Salam Ya Ali campaign. The donations, like I said, mashallah, have been absolutely amazing. We thank every single one of you that have contributed in the last 5 nights. We thank every single one of you that have called in and given us the opportunity for us to be a vehicle from yourself to Imam Ali alayhi salam, Amir al-Mu'mineen, and to show your grievances and to show your devotion and your love to Imam Ali alayhi salam. We thank you for your cause. We thank all of those that have spread the word. You might have donated yourself, but you might have spread the word and said, listen, let's look at this show, or let's look at this campaign, or let's share this story, or let's like this post. Whatever it is, thank you very, very, very much. The next time you see us, it will be on Sunday at 9:30.
Inshallah.
8:30, sorry. Sunday at...
No, it's too close to iftar. 9:30.
It's 9:30.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's the 8th of April. I believe that's a Monday or a Sunday. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The next time you see us, we won't be wearing black. We'll be getting ready for Eid, inshallah, the day where we all celebrate the completion of 1 month of fasting. On that note, once again, from myself and Sayyid Muhsin, thank you very, very much for joining us. And inshallah, we'll see you very, very soon on the Salam Ya Ali campaign. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep you alive and prosperous and healthy from now until next year, so that you can decide your destiny for that year to come as well, inshallah. On that note, we once again send our condolences to the Imam of our time, Imam al-Mahdi Ajjallahu ta'ala Farajah Sharif, on the passing, on the martyrdom of his grandfather Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali ibn Abi Talib. And our last words is Salam Ya Ali.
Salam Ya Ali.
من كان أبونا موجود متكفين من كل الأمور، لكن بعد وفاته هواي الأمور تغيرت. يعني مسؤولية أولاد وعندي بنية، يعني مرينا بظروف كلش صعبة. وفاته عنده خبيث بالمعدة، وتوفى بأول يوم رمضان سنة 2021.
فزت ورب Kaaba. The words of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi afdalus salatu was salam, when he was struck by Ibn Muljam. Only one man could utter these words. Only one man could say, I have attained victory by the Lord of the Kaaba. What an oath. The man that was born in the Kaaba on the 13th of the holy month of Rajab is the one